side of the movies, man.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel and our movie marathon / King of Kings episode.
Crossover.
Woohoo.
It's like when they do it with those
DC dickheads.
DCs and Marvel crossover. This is a crossover. So if you're watching, this is episode 4 of King of Kings.
Episode 4.
Wow, you should probably go back and watch our movie marathon. If you're watching this as movie marathon movie 2, you need to be watching the King of Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're watching them all, thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
So, today, right now, we are about to watch the 1995 horror movie directed by the legend Toby Hooper, and it's written by
Stephen King.
It's co-written by Hooper and Harry Allen Towers.
Who?
Right,
Dunno.
but it's based upon a Stephen King short story of the same name,
Thus,
which appeared
King
in the
King.
short story collection Night Shift. So we're watching The Mangler.
I have never seen this, and what's weird is it's strange for me to have not watched a movie that was made by Toby Hooper, starring Robert Englund, based on a Stephen King.
Mr. England.
We've almost got a holy trinity.
It's like a trilogy of horror icons.
This could be the holy trinity. Maybe this could be like the New Testament of horror movies.
So it's a 95 movie. It actually spawned 2 sequels, The Mangler 2 and The Mangler Reborn.
Really?
It was mainly shot in Australia, South Africa and London.
So not the United States.
This is domestically.
Where are you getting your stats?
Wikipedia.
No expense spared there for our viewers.
There we go. Took 1.8 million domestically.
Not bad for a small horror movie.
Let's have a look on how it's received by the
Do I want to know?
27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it's not great.
No.
But what do they know? They know squidgy potatoes. Right.
Mike Long of DVD Talk rated it 0.5 out of 5 stars and wrote, "There have been many bad throwaway projects based on the Stephen King, but The Mangler has to be one of the worst."
I don't think he saw Nightflyer. I've got that right down at the bottom of it.
This is basically about a printer or something they believe's possessed by a demon.
What? We're getting crazy Stephen King.
Yeah, plot.
Should we watch it and then we can synopsise it
It's
after
basically
we've seen it?
a laundry press, which they believed is possessed by a demon.
I don't feel like I need to watch the movie anymore.
That's it, yeah.
This tea's good. Nice cup of that.
Well, let's give this a whirl. So, The Mangler, starring Robert Englund, Toby Hooper. Come on, it's got to be good. It has to be better than 0.5 out of 5. Because that's some seriously no shit. So let's pull it on and see what we think.
See you on the flip side.
Peace.
There's a little bit of me in that machine, and a little bit of it in me.
There was an accident today. The worst one I've ever seen.
We all have to make sacrifices.
Human sacrifice.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The King of Kings, or part 2 of the movie marathon.
Where we have watched The Mangler. Look at this. There's someone being mangled here.
You can make it out. Yeah, it's like
Oh, you can see that. You can see that.
cogs and...
Now, interestingly, I had no idea what this film was about. I didn't realise it was about a machine that mangled people, thus the Mangler. I thought it was moving outside. I genuinely thought it was about Robert Englund being a mangler, as in him going around mangling people.
Not a machine.
I thought he was a robot. I'd seen a poster where he had a cog on him. So I was thinking Robert Englund is some sort of cog monster guy. There! On the
If you look at our... I don't know if you can just make it out.
Oh yeah, over here. On the
you can
poster.
see. Well, it makes sense now, that picture. Part of him in the machine, part of the machine in him.
Because there's like a demon.
Yeah.
Synopsise this for the good folks.
Right.
Are we going to... How spoilery are we going to get in this?
None. We haven't on The King of Kings.
No.
have we?
Okay, let's stay away from that.
I don't really know how to synopsise this one. It's weird, isn't
I
it?
love these synopsisizers.
Right, so Robert Englund owns a laundry.
Horror legend, Robert Englund.
Robert Englund plays I forget his name now.
His name was Bill Gately or something.
Bill Gately, who owns, excuse me, Blue Ribbon Laundry.
Not to be confused with Blue Ribbon chocolate bars for those of you in the UK. And they're not wafer bars?
So he runs a laundry, and it starts off with a employee getting killed. So then it calls in like.
Well, no, it starts off with his niece getting her hand cut and the blood going on the machine as there was a fridge almost dropped on her.
Ah, right.
No one actually died at that point. Am I wrong?
No, the opening scene was a virgin's blood.
Those virgins'
Cuts her
blood.
finger and sprays this press machine with blood, and at the same time, a fridge or an ice box is dropped and gives off like an electrical charge, which is kind of the spirit or kind of. It's already possessed though. It's
Evil
already
transference they talked about, but
was it transferred
do
on
you know
from
what?
the
That doesn't
Mangler
make
to
sense for the end. Let's not dwell on the plot because we might be finding a hole in it. Right?
So that happens, and then.
By the way, if you're watching this and you're a virgin, be very, very careful because it turns out you could be sacrificed because your blood, powerful stuff.
Powerful stuff, yeah, for any occult.
So take care.
So and then a woman's killed, and then it causes investigation.
Right,
Right, the HSC, the police come in.
Pause a second though. She's killed in the Mangler, but what is the Mangler? What does it do?
It presses,
It presses. But not only does it press them like pressing sheets, it then
rolls them, and flat
folds them. So she is this
It's
gunk.
like a laundry press.
She's like an enveloped person.
It's like an envelope of gunk at the end. So then, the cop, who I forget his name, but it's played by Ted Levine.
You puts the lotion in the basket.
So basically Buffalo Bill, and he's awesome throughout this film.
He is.
He holds it together.
But do you know what? Not dwelling too much on my overall feel of it, but quite a lot of the rest of the acting in it is quite camp and a bit over the top.
Hammy, yeah.
But he plays it relatively
Really
straight.
Yeah, very straight.
And he's a great actor. A great actor who just chewing on.
He just looks fucked all the way through it. And that fucking coat he wears.
And I, if he was to tell me off as a policeman, I'd be like, sorry, officer, because he's a scary motherfucker. He elevated a lot of this movie. He elevated a lot of this movie.
So then he starts investigating, and then someone else gets nearly killed. So he's all on this, investigating this laundry press, which seems to be killing or injuring town folk. And then he just so happens that his brother-in-law seems to be a witch doctor or knows about spells and casts, and
he lives next door, but he has like a layer to get to, which is like he has like a bridge.
he has a bridge
that has
to
twinkly bits, and you said it looked like something out of
Eaten Alive.
Eaten
Like a
Alive,
set of
so
Eaten Alive.
Do you know what?
Very like hillbilly, hippie, Louisiana kind of bay.
There was like lots of dangly bits, and like,
it was really good. I really liked the
elements.
set pieces.
Do you know what? I thought the whole film, the background, everything, everywhere, all looked amazing. I thought the
sets,
the smoke coming out the top of the factory. I
It likes his lighting, doesn't he?
Especially if you haven't seen Eaten Alive, which you're referring to, the way that's lit. But I think it's almost too easy to underestimate how good an eye Toby Hooper has.
It's a well-shot film.
Very well shot. This
well.
film's better shot than it needed to be for being a relatively cheap 90s horror movie.
Yes, this is about 95, it says, 95, 94. We'll go with 95 for the benefit of today. And it pretty much then is just the investigation into it, how the brother-in-law and the copper believes it's more possessed, and as the story unfolds, you learn more that this Mangler, this laundry press, has been around for many years and has many body parts in it. And
it can kind of turn you evil if you give it.
If you are
a part of your body.
I want to say bitten, but it's not bitten. If you lose a finger to the Mangler, you then become evil.
Yeah, but
because that explains his psyche.
You don't become evil, but also powerful. So it kind of gives the townsfolk its power. It doesn't make you evil as in turn you into a killer. It's a kind of a strange.
It's weird,
Way
man.
of
It
doing it.
really is weird. And then right at the end, it just goes all out.
We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this morning. Actually, in reference to Jordan Peele's movie Us, about the ending, which you're not going to spoil for anyone that hasn't seen that. But I can see why it's divisive.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes somewhere. And I'm saying I'm all for a horror movie that in the last act goes crazy. I'm thinking recently like Annihilation, something like that. And some people don't like it. I like it. I'm not sure Us landed for me, but this does that. This does the last.
Because you
set
even like
piece.
shout out, "Oh, it's going Christine on."
Yeah, it's going crazy. It went batshit crazy. And do you know what? I was up for it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I thought it really
And
landed some of
and
it.
the way it was shot at the end, I just thought it was great. And it was enjoyable. Some good character actors, and some good.
If there was something I didn't overly like, before the final act, I felt like it went on a bit too long, and they started to bring in this whole witchy findery spirit. Suddenly went with like a religious twist, and they seemed to be. It was almost like Toby Hooper was trying to make some sort of statement about, you know, folklore and religion can be. You can believe in both. You can believe in the same. Him, obviously, Toby Hooper being very hippie himself. I feel that he was kind of like drawing his character into the brother-in-law about his beliefs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it went on a little bit too long. It came a bit like, they're still talking about this shit.
You could have shaved 10 minutes off.
Yeah, you could have shaved 10 minutes.
It's
But
about an hour and 40. So.
but this also has more minutes in it because this is the uncut version.
Which we learn, yeah. So there's a. What is it? It's an R-rated.
It was an R-rated American version.
What's that, like an 18 or something?
Yeah, 17, effectively. And it turns out in the UK there was a VHS that was released uncut, where most of the world got a cut version. And we only realised this because partway through with the death scenes, we'd get the death scene, and then the quality would go
the
really
picture quality
crappy
would drop, and we'd be like, what the fuck?
for like the next bit of the death scene. So like, say someone got folded, you'd then get them unfolded and see like bones and stuff, and it'd be a bit fuzzy. And that made us do a bit of research. It turns out we're hypothesising that's because they stuck the VHS bits back in.
Yeah, so we believe this is the fully uncut version, and the
Gore was good.
the less quality picture, the poorer quality shots were put back in from maybe VHS or.
Yeah, I think the gore was good. I think gore was good.
I don't want to spoil it, but there are some scenes in it where you're like, ugh, there's some real good gore in
Yeah.
it. And then at the end where there's a bit of CGI, it doesn't really take it away from me too much. And again, I
The
don't want to
fire,
spoil
CGI
it.
fire was a bit crappy.
Yeah, especially when you think all the other stuff they've done throughout the film was all practical, and then right at the end, I suppose they had to go for it for the date of this. But anyway, all in all, you know, for those three, King, England, and
The Holy Trinity.
Hooper, I think they did a good job. I think.
Do you know? What did you say at the beginning? Someone gave this 0.5 out of 5. A half out of 5. Oh, we got a scoring pen actually. That's a good point. 0.5 out of 5. Is that gonna be big enough to say? Really? No, probably not. 0.5 out of 5. That is bullshit.
Bullshit.
I can imagine it does have that quite cheap, nasty. Not nasty. 1990s horror feel. It very much is of its time, but of its time. Going back and watching it now, I quite like that 90s feel.
I
of
do.
horror movie.
It's kind of like a comfort blanket.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It was fun horror, if that makes sense. Fun horror, and I thought I had a lot of fun with this horror.
When was Scream out?
Scream was 1999, 98,
Honestly,
98.
Okay, so a
98.
couple of years before Scream then. But I must, again, Ted Levine in this is brilliant. Absolutely
Elevated it for me.
Yeah.
Right.
So all in all, do you know what? I love the cinematography. I love the set design. The story was a bit out there, but that's Stephen King for you. But it pulled together right at the end. There's some things would change. I think it's maybe overly 10 minutes too long, and maybe the
But
whole
the ending
hippie part.
pulled that back for me. Whereas with the Night Flyer, the whole film was pretty crap until the ending.
Well, the Night Flyer was built up for the reveal. Which
This
is
was
sort of
actually
cool.
quite good all the way. Then it started to run out of speed, but then the ending pulled it back for me.
Yeah.
So I think, because we're not doing half marks,
No.
I'm going to
Right, so
score.
where's it going to fit on the Border King?
I'm going to give this 6.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go 6, which is the exact same score I gave Cujo.
Well, I decided on my score straight after, or when the credits rolled, and I'm going for the same 6.
Oh, so that scores this at 20. 12.
12 if you can't add.
So now on board, that puts
Shall I
it.
put her on?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Literally one step
Ooh.
below Cujo. And do you know what? That seems quite right.
It works for
Cujo
me.
was a better altogether experience of a movie, but I had a lot of fun with the Mangler.
It's a strange one though, because I bet in a week if I asked you to watch one of these two, we'll go for the Mangler.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
You're right. But that's just the way it goes.
It's the way it goes. It is. I think. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there we go.
Okay, so
Movie 2
of our
done.
movie marathon. So if you are watching this as a King of Kings, go back and watch our movie marathon because this was movie number 2. I think movie number 3 is going to start with me opening a beer.
Right.
Oh, right.
3 o'clock then.
It's cool.
Right.
See you on the flip side.
Peace.